Good afternoon. Welcome to the CONMEBOL Copa América USA 2024. Let me introduce in the main table the head coach, Gregg Berhalter, and the player, Yunus Musah, for United States national team. Before the start, please remember that you are not allowed to do any stunts or records. And you can download the press conference scanning of the QR code that will be in the charts. Also, if you have questions, raise your hand, and also the name of your organization. So, raise your hand.
Hi, guys. Great to see you. Jenny Taft, Fox Sports. Okay,
Yeah.
Good to see you guys. Given your familiarity with Panama, how has that helped in terms of the preparation, and what do you expect to see from them? Yeah, both of you guys, please.
Okay. I definitely expect a team that gonna compete really well. They're really aggressive, a really fit, really strong team. Got a lot of quality as well. So I just expect that the game's gonna be really intense, really.
Yeah, for what we've been seeing, they have a lot of consistency with the group that they've been playing, especially the guys up top. Backline has changed a little bit, but they're really athletic. Wing backs that like to attack, like to cross the ball. Central midfielders that like to control the game. To us, it's a cohesive unit, and will be a good game.
Hi, Greg. Michele Giannone from Univision. A follow-up to that question from the game against Panama against Uruguay. Did you pick something that maybe you didn't know or you learned from Panama? Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I think you could see what Thomas was trying to do against a very man-oriented Uruguay team, open up space, moving players around, and then trying to exploit space with midfielders running through or wing backs trying to exploit weak side. Against us, it's completely different. We don't defend the way Uruguay does, so I expect them to have a different type of game plan, but still sticking to what they do. Very good building up from goalkeeper. They use long balls very effectively. They use space in the channels very effectively. So. Stuff that we'll have to be prepared for.
Kyle Bond with Sporting News. Guys, thank you. Have you guys had a chance for both of you to look at the pitch yet? I know that it got a little bit of criticism from the Argentina side when they played here. I don't know if you've gotten a chance to see it at all, but either way, what you expect from the pitch here in Atlanta.
We just got to see it right now. So, the pitch looks good. It looks wet as well, so it's nice for the ball to move quickly. And we just have to see when we play on it as well.
Yeah, it's hard to tell now. What I'd say is it looks to be in very good condition. We're not sure how it's going to play though. I'm not sure of the base layers and stuff that they installed it on, but it'll be the same for both teams.
Lakin Lippman with Fox Sports. A follow-up to that question, actually. Since you don't really know how that field's going to play, and because Argentina was so critical, how do you prepare a team in terms of, making sure that they're aware of what the conditions of the pitch might be, hoping not for injuries, things of that nature?
Yeah, again, for us, I don't share the same views as the Argentina team because we just haven't had that experience. So it's very hard for us to judge that. What I would say is, we prepare the guys to tell them to check different types of footwear, see how the ball's rolling, see how the ball's bouncing. Those are some important things that we'd be instructing them on.
Hi, Greg. Steve Goff from the Washington Post. Set pieces are obviously a big part of the game, and without giving too much detail, which I'm sure you don't want to do, what has Johnny brought to your group? Why did you decide to pursue him, and how are things in preparation for games with him as a specialist?
I think it's we had a set piece specialist during the World Cup, and I had contact with Johnny before the past World Cup, and we stayed in touch. And when we decided to go in a different direction after the World Cup, it was looking at options, and interviewed a number of people in that position, and ultimately decided on Johnny. And I think the reason what he brings is, tremendous amount of experience. And, we just sit and listen to his stories. I actually have a note that I created on my phone. It's called The Wisdom of Gianni. And I have about 5 different sayings that we write down. And he's a hilarious guy, but ton of experience, ton of expertise in set pieces. And he's been working with the group, working with the team, and really helping us pinpoint where we can be successful in those areas.
Jeff Carlisle with ESPN. Question for Gregg. Given that Panama plays Bolivia in their last game, do you expect them to kind of take maybe a safety first approach in this match? And just as a follow-up, what's Tyler's availability? Obviously, he came off after 45 minutes. Is he good to go for the full 90?
So Tyler's available to play, which I think is good news for the group. And then regarding Panama, I expect, I know Thomas well. I expect him to go out and compete and try to win the game. That's in his nature. And I don't expect any different. And for us, we're looking at this as the game. Game number 2 is important for us. We're not even focused on what's next. It's really what's in front of us tomorrow.
Hey, Greg, Paul Tenorio from The Athletic. I wonder, watching these tournaments play out, there are different scenarios that happen, and some of the discussion is around squad rotation, and trying to anticipate how many games you're going to be playing is not easy. You have to get the result as it is. How much do you go into a tournament with a plan of trying to rotate or thinking about rotation? How has that changed based on the fact that you still need to get a result to feel secure going forward? And I wonder, are there data points that you're looking for that determine kind of how you think about player usage? Thank you.
Yeah, I think what we're striving for is 11 players on the field that can execute the tasks that are asked of them, and 11 players that can do it both from a technical, tactical, and physical standpoint. And sometimes you need to take that into consideration of if a player is not up to doing that, because of either the load, because of their health status, and then you need to make changes. We're not in the stage right now where we're considering something like that. For us, it's how do we get our, what we think is, the best game plan intact to execute and be successful in this game. You see Portugal doing it right now. It's not going too well, right, with that. But every coach has a different decision to make. And I think sometimes, you take a short-term hit for long-term benefit, and Portugal may come out of this flying in the next phase of the tournament because they had the opportunity to rest some players.
Adrian Rappaport for Canal Plus. We are broadcasting for African countries. I would like, if I may ask you a question about the player Balogun. If you could describe his type of play, how he's important to the group, and what's the relationship, and what do you expect from him for that match?
No, I think he's been a great addition to this group with his quality, with his direct runs, with his finishing. To me, he's a really quality player, and what I think it does is it helps raise the level of everybody else, because now there's true competition for a position, and you see that he's been very successful in League One. The last couple of years, first having a great season 2 seasons ago, now helping Monaco qualify for Champions League. So overall, good player, and he's fitting well to our group.
Hello, I'm Madison Cruz. I'm with Soccer Down Here. This is for both
Yunus
of you.
was just going to answer that question.
I'm so
Excuse
sorry.
me. Yep.
I've known Balogun for a while, since we were younger at Arsenal, and he's doing the same things he used to do in the academy. He's really sharp. Like the goal he scored against Bolivia, he's been doing that for years. And as Greg said, he's raised the level, competition in the team. So it definitely helps having a player like him in the team.
This is for both of you. I'm Madison Cruz with Soccer Down Here. You guys mentioned a lot about how this game against Panama, they're a very aggressive side. They're going to build up that man-to-man pressure. How are you guys on the pitch going to kind of bring that down a little bit and stay level-headed? And also for you, Greg, how are you going to keep the players going into the match, keeping them from getting too caught up in the physicality or the aggression of the match?
Well, we don't shy away from physicality. We like that, I think, in matches. That's never a problem for us. For us, it's just about embracing whatever the particular match brings. And if it's physicality, then we'll be fine. We'll be able to deal with that. I think we're really looking forward to, the crowd tomorrow in Atlanta. This is an amazing stadium to play in, future home of U.S. soccer, and really just putting on a good game in front of the fans, a good competitive game for all the fans to see.
Yeah, I feel like whoever I play against, me personally, whether aggressive or not, it's really important that we all try to win our individual battles, no matter what. And yeah, whenever we take care of that, the rest, I feel the quality shows,
Hi, Yunus. Jeff Ruder with The Athletic. Thanks for taking the time. You're playing in a little bit of a different role over the last couple of games in the midfield than you have during qualifying World Cup and games thereafter over the last couple of years, a little bit more withdrawn. How do you like playing in that position, just a little further back in midfield, and how does that change your approach to what you want to do to impact the game?
Playing deeper is a little bit different. It's more, I find it more of a positional role and a role that's really key to help the team build up, I've been working on it with Gregg, and it's been a good challenge. Competing as well with guys like Tyler as well in the position is really good. So I feel like, it's a different role. From playing like in the qualifiers as an 8 was a bit different because you receive it in the lines and like drive and stuff. It's nice to change roles sometimes to see a different perspective,
Hey, Joe Lowry here from Bleacher Report. Greg, Yunus, thank you guys for doing this. Greg, question for you. You've had a chance now to watch back the Bolivia game. I was wondering if you could share your evaluation of the center backs in that game, Tim Ream and Chris Richards, maybe what you thought of their performance and what you're expecting and needing from them specifically in possession tomorrow against Panama. Thanks.
Yeah, I think we analyzed the game. I think there were some moments in possession where we could have done a bit better. I think the pressure, it's just about moving, creating the right angles, understanding where the press is coming from, and then adjusting your position accordingly. But overall, I kind of stand by what I said after the game is, it was a solid performance and we build from there. I think that's the important thing. And it's not just the center backs. It's every position that we want to keep improving our performance as we go throughout the tournament.
Hi, Greg. It's Greg O'Keefe from The Athletic. With Tyler and to an extent Josh, how much of a fine line do you have to tread when they're telling you that they feel 100% fit, and then you also have to take into account different metrics and just deal with their expectations, perhaps versus reality?
Yeah, I think it's being smart. It's gathering information. It's talking to the medical team, the performance team, continually, and getting an understanding for where they're at, and then it's just making, I think, decisions based on the information that you have, and that's all we're doing in both of these cases. We're not looking to jeopardize anyone's following season, but we know this is an important event for our team, so just being mindful of those two things.
So thank you so much. This is the final press conference.